Ah, avalanche. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Just gonna move these out the way a little bit. You might be wondering why I have two Christmas trees set up in the studio, but if you've read the title and the thumbnail then you obviously know why I've got two Christmas trees for. But today I'm going to be showing you how I decorate my Christmas tree, and then I'm also going to be decorating a Christmas tree professionally by following this tutorial on YouTube. And at the end you can vote on which one you like the best, and hopefully you pick mine. But I think we'll decorate the professional one first because I want to see what that's going to look like. Probably is very minimal, which is obviously not my style at all. Right, so I'll move one of these Christmas trees out of the way. Well, this one's the shitty Christmas tree, so I'll keep that one for mine. Just to give the professional one a head start, you know, I've got a lot of competition with me. Oh no. That's falling apart. This is not a good start. The branch has come off already. I don't know why I even bothered moving it, you can still see it. Okay, so to learn how to decorate my Christmas tree like a professional, I'm going to be following a tutorial from Hayneedle, and the video is called How to Decorate Your Christmas Tree Like a Pro. And also, by the way, before we even get into this, I don't think there's any rules when it comes to decorating your Christmas tree. I think a professionally decorated Christmas tree just kind of takes all the fun out of it, doesn't it? But anyway, we might be surprised. We might prefer the professional to mine. Okay, let's see what we have to do.
Hi, I'm Haley Duncan
Hi Haley.
with Haley Duncan Home, and this is how I decorate my tree. The first thing I'm gonna do, after shaping of course, is to add my ribbon.
I'll just stop you there, Haley. You didn't tell us about lights. Your lights are just magically on your tree. You didn't tell us what to buy, how to place them or anything, so I'm gonna have to make that bit up, aren't I?
You're always gonna start at the top with your ribbon. You can wrap your ribbon or you can do a cascade. I chose to do a cascading and a zigzag pattern here.
Okay, so the first step is obviously I'm gonna have to put my lights on, and also some ribbon, which I'm not a huge fan of, to be fair. First step seems easy enough. Okay, so I bought some lights specifically for this, and I tried to get very similar ones to what they had in their video, so I've got warm lights. And there's 1,920, and hopefully this is gonna be enough because they cost me a fortune and I didn't buy any more. I just hope they work. Oh, that should be enough. They work. Good. Right, so I'm just gonna put them on. Well, it's just Christmas lights. You just wrap them around your tree, don't you? It's not difficult. I've got a knot already. No, please don't. It'll take us an hour to get it undone. It's okay. These lights actually went quite far. I'm shocked at how many's on here, so I need to work my way back down. I've got to the top already.
Deck the halls with boughs of...
I think Haley would be proud so far. Now, unfortunately, I couldn't find the exact ribbon that Haley was using in her video. And I bought this stuff on Amazon and it is just absolutely shite. It's just some thin tulle. Because I couldn't find any ribbon that was as wide as this, so I thought this would work, but it's gonna look awful. So she only puts like kind of one bit of ribbon and it comes down one side and goes down the other side. So if I just measure it, and then I'm just gonna have to try and wing it basically. Yeah, so because this ribbon doesn't have any wire in it, I'm just gonna have to really kind of drape it down the tree.
Holly, la 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 la. 'Tis the season to...
Oh, that looks awful. It looks so bad. Well. Okay, what's the next step, Haley?
These sprays are a great alternative to messy tinsel, and they're great because they come in all different types and they just fit right into your tree. I like these heavier sprays for the bottom of your tree. They just fit right in and add a little bit of fullness at the base of your tree.
Okay, so next step is sprays, and I had never heard about sprays before. I didn't realise they were a thing, or people put them on the tree. But after some research, I did find some. Unfortunately, I couldn't find the tinsel ones that Haley has, but I did find some of the branchy eucalyptusy ones that she had, I think. And mine are shiny, so it kind of is the same, but not really. I also don't think I've bought enough. Oh wait, I think you can spread these out a little bit. Also, let me know down in the comments whether you've got your tree up yet or not, because it's very close to Christmas. If you haven't got it up yet, then you're pushing it, you know? But hopefully I'll give you some inspiration if you haven't got your tree up yet, and you can take some of my tips. Now I joke about tips, but I do actually have quite a good tip. Because when it comes to decorating your Christmas tree, obviously not many people have a giant home and who are crazy rich to the point where they can just plonk a Christmas tree in the centre of a room and it literally not be in the way. I know I don't, ours goes in the corner of the room. So a top tip is, don't decorate the back of the tree. There's no point, no one sees it. Just go for the front part that is actually shown, and then you can save on decorations. So if you were wondering why I'm not putting anything around the back, that's why. Also because I don't have enough to decorate the back of the tree. But it's fine, we've got more decorations coming, it's okay. It'll look a little bit more full. So I don't think that's looking particularly good at the minute, but hopefully it's gonna get better. Let's see what Hayley's got for us next.
Now that we have all of our sprays placed, you can go ahead and start with your larger ornaments. I recommend a zigzag pattern because it leaves space for your smaller ornaments to be put in between.
Okay, larger ornaments in a zigzag pattern. They are the rules. Now I did buy exactly the same baubles as Hannah did in her video. I'm just joking, I didn't. But I got some that are very similar. They looked similar anyway, they're in the same kind of colour scheme.
Be jolly, la 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 la. Don we now our gay apparel, la la la.
Okay, so the bigger baubles are on, and it's looking a little bit more fuller now. It's not looking too bad, but we'll see what the next step is.
I do like to add these shiny snowflakes just for a little bit of variety.
Okay, so she adds some snowflakes. Does she do that in a zigzag pattern as well? But I did get some snowflakes that are very similar to what she has, so I think these will look good.
La 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 la. Troll the ancient Yuletide carol. La 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 la.
Come on, Hayley, what's next?
Now that you have everything on your tree, you can go ahead and fill in with smaller ornaments, just all the missing spaces. You can just go ahead and fill it right in.
Okay, fill in any of the empty spaces with smaller baubles, and she looked like she went for white. So I have a selection of white and silver baubles because I thought that would match. And I also ordered them online and I thought they were a little bit bigger than what they are. They are absolutely tiny. So hopefully they can fill in all of this space because there is a lot. Also, let me know down in the comments if you put up an artificial tree or a real tree for Christmas. I've never ever had a real tree in my entire life since growing up or anything like that. We've always had an artificial one. I personally prefer artificial ones because they just last longer. You can have them for years and years. Like I've had this Christmas tree for about 10 years, maybe more. I don't know why I have two Christmas trees, by the way. I didn't buy a second one specifically for this video, but I do have a second one. I think that one's older because a lot of the branches are missing. But I think the benefits of having a real Christmas tree is obviously the smell. They smell quite nice, don't they? And they usually just look a little bit more authentic, whereas artificial ones can obviously look a bit artificial. Duh.
La la la.
Also, I can only apologise if I keep flashing you. This jumper used to fit us really well, and now it's very, very tight. Obviously, since the 2 years I bought it, I've been indulging quite a bit. But who cares? You know, you need a little bit of chunk when it comes to winter. That's how you survive. And then by the summertime, the chunk's still there. I will say I do like Hayley's technique of putting the bigger ornaments in a zigzag position so you've got more space for smaller ornaments. I think that's a nice little trick. Okay, I think my placement of them little baubles was quite good. Let's see what other rules you've got for a professional Christmas tree.
It's always a good idea to take a step back and take a look at your tree just to see if it might need anything. And you know what? I think this tree could use some color. I decided to add these red berries at the end, a little bit of a different element than the sparkles, so it's just a nice little added touch. Very carefully kind of set them in, and it adds a nice touch of color.
Okay, some berries. I was expecting a little bit more colour, Hannah. A little bit of red's okay, but, you know, what about some blues and some oranges and some pinks? But, you know, I'll take colour whenever I can get it. Okay, so I have some of these little frosted berries, which are very similar to what Hannah has. And I also noticed that she had some of them berry sprays, but she didn't mention that. But luckily, I did manage to see it. It didn't catch us off guard, so I got some of them as well. I will say, I think I might incorporate sprays in the future into my tree. I think it's quite a cool idea.
Fast away the old year passes. Fa la 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 la. Hail the new year, lad.
Right, the berries are on. Are there any other steps, Hannah, or is that it?
And don't forget to decorate underneath your tree as well. Empty gifts make great fillers, and also throw pillows can bring some nice color and texture to underneath your tree as well.
Okay, I'm not adding throw pillows or fake presents underneath my Christmas tree because that was just a step too far. So this is the finished professional decorated Christmas tree. I don't think it looks too bad, but it doesn't look like a traditional Christmas tree almost. I think it looks a bit messy if I'm honest with you. I like the sprays, but I feel like the sprays come out too much and it's just, I don't know, I'm not feeling it. My ribbon obviously could have been a lot better too, and it definitely needs way more colour. But thank you, Hannah, for showing me how to professionally decorate my Christmas tree, or decorate my Christmas tree like a pro. But I think I'm going to be far more excited with the way I decorate my Christmas tree, which I'm going to show you next, and then we'll do a side-by-side comparison and we'll see which one wins. It'll be mine. It'll be mine. And I'm just going to start by saying there are absolutely no rules at all. I just do whatever I want. But I am actually going to start with the lights, just like
Hayley
did in her Christmas tree, because that just makes sense. And I have a bunch of different kinds of lights. I don't just stick to one.
Lads and lasses, fa la 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 la. Sing we joyous all together. Fa la 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 la.
Now sometimes I would put tinsel on, but I don't think I want to this time. But I might wear it as a nice scarf. And as you can see, my colour scheme for this tree is every colour imaginable. Shiny, sparkly, matte, it doesn't matter. And I just put these wherever I want to. In fact, I'm going to take this off, it's too hot. Ugh.
La 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 la. Heedless of the wind and weather. La 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 la.
And the thing is, I think the reason I don't have any rules when it comes to my Christmas tree and I just do whatever I want is because when I was younger, I would want to help my mum decorate the Christmas tree because it's exciting, it's fun, it's Christmas time. And what would happen is I would start decorating it and she would get so annoyed because I was putting decorations in the wrong place and using the wrong decorations that once I'd left, or she'd tell me to leave, she would take all the ornaments off the tree that I'd put on there and then put them where they were supposed to be. And I just can't deal with that. I really can't. So that's why I'm very just kind of relaxed and chilled when it comes to it. I think it was last year or the year before or a couple of years ago maybe, I had my step-nephew. Is that a thing? He was over anyway, and he was wanting to help us decorate this Christmas tree. I could tell. I was decorating and everything. I was like, well, come on, come and help us. And he literally piled all the ornaments into one tiny section. And say, for example, my mum, she would take all them off and redistribute them around the tree so it looked normal. Whereas I just left it. I was like, great. We've got a giant pile of baubles and very little elsewhere, but that's fine. I don't mind. Kids are kids. Let them do whatever the hell they want to. They're gonna grow up and realise the world's shit anyway. Let them have the fun while they can. Oh, I got a little bit passionate about that, didn't I? I felt very serious, but it's true. So that is why I'm just very relaxed with stuff like this, because I was brought up in a strict decorating home. Also, if you were here a couple of years ago when I did that Craftmas series, I do still actually have the decorations that I made, and I still do use them for my Christmas tree. I didn't make them just for the video. I even have some of the others somewhere. They'll be in the other box, but they go on the tree too. They might not match everything else, but I don't really care. Right, one box of decorations down, and it's looking quite full already, but not full enough. Also, I have these things which look like very long, colourful anal beads, but they're not. They're Christmas tree decorations. I suppose it's a substitute for tinsel. The tree's getting so full that the baubles are just falling off. The Christmas tree's rejecting the decorations. Tough luck, I'm not done yet. I also have a couple of flying babies with trumpets and the Santa Claus brushes that I made. I love these, I think they're so fun. I also have these and I absolutely hate them. I can't stand them and I still put them on the tree anyway. Ah, avalanche! Stop rejecting my decorations. I'm not done yet.
Yuletide
Okay, and for the final decoration, obviously
Haley.
in her video, she didn't have like a tree topper or anything, and everyone put something on top of the tree. And for some reason, I put this little owl on. I don't know where it came from, but it sits on top of the tree, guarding everything, guarding the presents and stuff. And I think it looks quite cute. It's not an angel, it's not a fairy, it's none of that bullshit. It's just a grumpy looking owl. Just like that. Oh yeah, perfect. So here's my finished Christmas tree in all of its glory, and this is exactly pretty much how I decorate my Christmas tree every single year. No rules, no nothing. I just throw all the decorations on, all the lights. Wherever there's space, I will put something there. Some people will say it's too much. Some people might even say it's not enough, but I love it. Right, I think I'll bring in the professional one right next to it so we can do a side by side, and I might turn off the studio lights as well. Don't fall apart! Oh my god! Ugh. Okay, so there's the professional Christmas tree and my Christmas tree side by side, and you can vote down below in the comments which one you prefer. I'll knock the lights off now as well, see if that makes much of a difference. But anyway, that does it for today's tree decorating video. Hopefully you have enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you next week for a brand new video. Bye!